Hey, everybody, it's Kevin Hoagland, your host of On the Gold. And today, thank you for joining us for a quick tip. Today's tip, I have no idea what it is. Kevin's got the question. So, you know what, Kevin? What's the question?
All right, today's quick tip question is, should I use factory programs or create a manual setup?
You're talking about a coin relic and treasure hunting
Yeah,
machine, right?
yeah, coin
Yeah,
and relic machines.
this really isn't about gold prospecting. This is about
No,
coin relic and treasure. Okay. Um, use a factory preset or create my own program.
right.
Yes, absolutely. Both.
Yes.
Seriously. Seriously. Look, years ago, when I don't even know how long ago it was, a lot of those factory presets were really not that good. So you really had to go in and be able to use like notch discrimination to where you could put in targets, take out targets, and so on like that. Now, today's machines from every one of the manufacturers, they've broadened that gap and created much better discrimination for particular targets, especially um, your Ferris targets, so your junk targets to some extent. That if you're plowing an old field and you're over in the UK and you're passing up Ferris targets, man, you could be missing some incredibly great relics.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really be able to pick and choose. So with today's park model, let's just say a machine that has a park mode on it, I'm going to say that running in a factory preset actually works and works extremely well. But the ability to be able to take out small areas with notch discrimination or some type of whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if they use the word notch discrimination anymore, but to be able to take out singular targets is going to be really, really important. If I'm hunting around, let's just say an old home site that a lot of people have been to over the years and so on like that, or maybe somebody threw a whole bunch of pennies, the stinking Lincolns. I'm not talking about old steels and an old all copper. I'm talking about the clad, these newer clad coins. Like there comes a point in time where I know almost everybody I know will just get sick and tired of hunting those. And
Mm-hmm.
now I can make that discrimination so narrow that I can take out that signal and not miss hardly anything on either side of it. So
Right.
I can become very, very particular. I'm hunting in a park, an old park. I know there's lots of silver in this park, and there's also a whole lot of modern pennies. All right, I'm gonna go into maybe even that automatic mode or that preset mode and make some changes to it, or else I'm going to go create another mode or another program to where that's the only thing I take out and I leave everything else in. It just
Mm-hmm.
depends on it depends on the area that I'm hunting. So that's why I think I actually said this as the answer to this is yes and no. If your machine is capable of being able to just do finite notch discrimination, run in the park mode. But if you feel like you're missing targets or if you feel like you've got something else going on, try to set that band to where you know what you're listening to. And I I'm going to bring up an old machine that's been around for a very, very long time, and that's the old original MindLab Explorer, to where you had 28 frequencies, you had all these different bands, and you look at the screen and you've got this screen and you can literally go through and check out one little box or check out two little boxes, so you could work your discrimination like that. And almost everybody created their own programs because they knew exactly what they wanted to hear, what they didn't want to hear. All they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to hear was silver, so they would leave silver into this area and then take everything else out. That's You're going to miss some great targets if you do something like that. And I know one person that you and I both know very well will argue with that on what I just said, but it
Mm-hmm.
is very, very true. That's kind of old technology, though. It's with all of the new technology that's out there, you can pretty much trust it. But if you If you carry some targets with you and you know what you're listening for, make up your own mind. So I don't know. I can't tell. That's one of those questions that I cannot say, yes, do this or do this, because that's one of those that is going to be very location oriented and
Hmm.
target oriented. I don't like digging a lot of stinking Lincolns, all these new clad pennies. If I'm running in a park mode on one of my machines, I'll take those out, leave everything else in, and still leave it in the preset program. Do I still use machines where I set my own program? You bet. So I don't think there's really, sorry, that was a long way around the cup to get back to the handle, saying, there's really there's not a one singular answer for that as far as I'm concerned.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I think that was good. I think you have to be able to, maybe the takeaway is you got to be able to do both, as you said
Sure.
before. Got to be able to do both, but it just depends on the area and what you're going after.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be dependent upon. I guess. I guess in my final on this one is, if you have a machine that has multiple program modes, don't be so dependent upon those modes that you believe that they're going to do everything. Be able to work
Hmm.
around those modes, and if you have to create another program that allows you to take that program that you have, maybe cut some things out and then expand upon it, absolutely. So
Hmm.
that's it. That's all I've got on that one. All right, I hope that answered and not confused some of you. Like I said, I wish there was a solid answer I could give to you, but again, it's location dependent and target dependent. Do I build my own programs? You bet. Do I use factory programs? Absolutely. So until the next time, again, we're only here to help you become a better prospector and miner, and today a coin relic and treasure hunter. So until the next time, be good to yourself, be good to others, and go find some gold or a nickel or even a silver quarter. We'll see you next time.